Well, our next guest was always an avid reader, but it was while she was raising her 5 children that she realized how much she wanted to write for them. Author Patricia Hermes is best known for her books that cater to readers in early grades through young adulthood. And here today in our studios we have Patricia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Desiree.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
You've written over 50 books. We'll get into that first, but it was really being a mother of 5 kids that inspired you to be a writer?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, when you're being a mother, you have so much material right there.
Oh, sure.
And there was so much I've always wanted to write. I've been an avid reader. I don't think you can be a writer unless you're a reader. And probably the most important thing is that I remember what it's like to be a kid. You know, some people think, oh, childhood is so easy. Sometimes it's tough to be a kid. So in watching my own children and remembering my own childhood, I think, yeah, I know what that's like. And I wanted to write about it. I had briefly been a teacher.
Okay.
I was a terrible teacher.
Oh, I'm sure you weren't. I know there's kids out there saying she was my favorite teacher.
No, I think I had fun with the kids, but I didn't want to teach. I wanted to be one of the kids. And that doesn't make you a good teacher. So,
but it makes you a good writer, though, Patricia. Tell us about your newest book, Horse Diaries.
Well, because when I was a kid, I loved to ride horses. But we were kind of poor, not hungry poor, but we didn't have, you know, the Fairfield County horse country. But across the street from us was a big farm place, and there was an old horse that lived in the field, and we used to steal rides on him. So I fell in love with horses. And when my children were a little bigger, then they took riding lessons, and I took riding lessons. So I fell in love with horses. So I used them. My newest book is a horse diary, but funny, it's written from the point of view of the horse.
I like
that. Sounds sort of stupid, but it works. I think it does.
Well, it works.
The horse tells the story.
And your books have been so amazingly popular. Tell us a little bit about your favorite series, because I think you said it was Emma's Dilemma. Is that right?
Yes.
Why is it your favorite series?
Well, I think as a writer, your favorite is almost always the one that you're working on right now. And so I have 6 books in the series. And the main character is a little girl named Emma, and she has 4 siblings. So as you just introduced me, I have 5 children.
Right.
So there's a lot about my own family in there. They also have a dog and a cat and 2 ferrets that keep escaping.
Wow. Wow, that'll keep you busy.
Because my kids had dogs and cats and ferrets and things. So it's my favorite because there's a lot of mischief and things going on. And I think Emma, even though she tries really hard to be a good kid, she gets into a lot of messes, which is what happened to me when I was little.
Is that when you go into schools, I want to talk about the schoolwork you do, you're talking to these young kids who sometimes get into messes.
Oh, yes.
Talk about your outreach that you do in a lot of the schools.
Oh, I love talking to schools, and I go all over the country, in fact, all over the world. I went to the American Embassy school in India a couple of years ago, and I find that kids are pretty much the same all over the world, and they're also very much the way I was. I don't think childhood changes, but the details of their lives change. So my kids in Emma Dilemma, they have iPhones and, you know, those little computer games that the kids play. So those details are different. I didn't have those.
And Patricia, I want you to really quickly say to our viewers, there's some aspiring writers out there, what is your word of advice? Right. And don't be afraid of rejection, you said.
And don't be afraid of rejection. I have written over 50 books, and I had a book under contract this past summer, and I finished it, and my editor said she hated it.
And you said, you know what, but look at me now, I still have 50 books.
And no, you know what I said?
What'd you say?
I said, I will rewrite it, and I'll have it to you in a month, and I did.
Patricia, thank you so much. Patricia Hermes, we appreciate you dropping by the studio.
Thank you,
all right, everybody, coming up next, stick around. We are cooking in our Connecticut-style kitchen when we get back. Don't go anywhere.